Hi everyone, we're going to be doing a lesson on Concord today. So we need to figure out what Concord is and what exactly we use it for. So Concord is the agreement of the subject and the verb. And generally we use it to be able to do the corrections of errors. So if we see an error in a sentence where there is no subject and verb agreement, we have to be able to identify it and correct it. So like I said, Concord is the agreement, and it is the agreement or harmony between things. This means that the subject and the verb must agree. Singular subjects need singular verbs, singular meaning one, and then plural subjects need plural verbs and plural meaning more than one. Remember that this is an agreement in number. So it is often difficult to work out whether the subject is singular or plural. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through a few rules that you need to apply to make this a little easier. So, number one of Concord rules, the subject and the verb must agree in number. So the herd of buffalo is stampeding, the herd is singular, and stampeding would get an is because it is singular, and these two need to agree. Now, when two singular subjects are joined by the word and, the verb should always be in the plural. So for instance, Andile and Karen were introduced by a mutual friend, and the word were is plural. Mutuality and respect are part of our tradition, and again, the word are is plural because mutuality and the word respect is joined by the word and. Again, what makes Concord difficult is the inability to identify whether the subject is singular or plural. Don't get confused by words that come between the subject and the verb. They do not affect agreement. So the example would be, the dog who is chewing on my jeans is usually very good. Now, if we eliminate who is chewing on my jeans and just read the sentence as the dog is usually very good, then it makes the sentence a little bit easier, and we can see that the subject, the dog, is singular, and then we use the verb is because that needs to be singular as well. Now, collective nouns take a singular verb form. So the herd of buffalo is stampeding, and that's an example that we've already used. But other collective nouns could be school or team or an organization. Singular subjects often have a singular verb with S and plural verb with no S. So often there's a confusion around verbs being singular or plural. And remember that nouns, when they have an S, that usually makes them plural, but verbs with an S, that usually makes them singular. So if we look at some of the examples, we can see that the words like plays, walks, runs, and hunts are all singular, and plural for play, walk, run, and hunt. Now, Chinolo and Brandon play golf. So obviously the word play would be used because it's Chinolo and Brandon, which makes it plural. And then if Chinolo is playing alone, it would be singular, which makes it Chinolo plays golf. Then we have Faizan hunts antelope with a rifle. Again, hunts being singular because Faizan, the subject, is singular. And then Faizan and Jaden hunt antelope together. The next example is Sean goes on long walks alone, and Sean and his brother often walk alone. Again, we can see the difference between singular subject and plural subject, and the singular subject gets walks and the plural subject gets walk. So here are some examples to do on your own, and after this presentation there'll be a quiz that you need to do as well. But if you just read through it, you can see that we have a sentence that says slow and steady wins the race. The quality of these apples is very poor. Tandy, along with the rest of her family, are moving to New Zealand, and mathematics is my favorite subject. And what you guys need to do is, whenever you are feeling a little bit confused, you need to go back and try and figure out the rules, and then again try and apply them to the sentence and make the correct choice.